Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and as you can see by the playmat today, we're going to be doing a deck profile of my Black Rose Dragon deck, aka my Akiza deck. And if you guys are longtime subscribers of this channel, you know one of my favorite characters in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is actually Akiza. She pretty much is my second favorite character next to Seto Kaiba himself. Kind of funny, but it's not all because of her looks. It's because of the woman herself, the lady herself. But yeah, guys, as you can see here, we got the Judge playmat of Akiza with Black Rose Dragon. We got the Field Center of Akiza, and you know the only thing left is for me to dress up like Akiza. But no, you don't need to turn away from the video. I promise you, I'm not going that far. That would even be weird for me. So I promise you I'm not going to do cosplay. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get into this video. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. I was waiting for all the support to come out of King's Court last month, and then I wanted to do some more in-person playtesting. So let's get started. So first off, we run our 3 White Rose Dragon. White Rose Dragon, I'm happy that, not too long ago they hollow rarity'd just about all the old, Rose Dragon cards. Now that they can be they look nicer in the deck. It's really nice. But 3 White Rose Dragon, staple 3 of in the deck. You guys know the basics of this. We also run the new Rocks Rose Dragon, which just sounds awesome. I just got to practice pronouncing it. So 3 Rocks Rose Dragon, 3 White Dragon. And then in addition to that, guys, we run 2 Red Rose Dragon. Red Rose Dragon is, you used to run this as a 3 of, but now with playtesting and the new card support that's come out over time, I find that you only really need 2 of this card. So and you can still run Blue Rose Dragon, the OG one, as a 1 of, but I found that that's not as necessary as it used to be, so I don't run it anymore. But I do find that Rocks Rose Dragon, White Dragon as 3 ofs each are good, and then 2 Red Rose Dragons are pretty good. You can still run 3 of, but I found that I didn't need 3 of it anymore. So that's for the OG, Rose Dragon cards, or as I like to call them, mini Black Rose Dragons. They look so cute. Next we run 3 Lone Fire Blossom. I always tell people, and I understand, some people like going Lone Fire, Lone Fire, Lone Fire, and that's, because they want all their Lone Fires engraved so they can abuse it. That you can do in this deck, but I found that I like using my Lone Fires to go into combo pieces to get going, and not just go Lone Fire, Lone Fire, Lone Fire. You can do that. Maybe you have Monster Reborn in hand. Maybe you got some way of bringing them back already set up, for a play. But I always tell people it's not always just Lone Fire, Lone Fire, Lone Fire. We don't have Soul Charge anymore where you can just bring it all back and then go off again. So, alas, for now, we don't have Soul Charge. Doubt that's coming back anytime soon. But 3 Lone Fire Blossom, pretty staple because we're a plant-based deck. We have a lot of plant little things we're going to be doing. We have Rose Princess, which is a really good card. I was debating about the ratio for Rose Princess, to be honest with you, a little bit, maybe too much. About 3 Rose Princess and then 3 White Rose Cloister. Because this card helps turn your plants into kind of like Cyber Dragon-esque cards, which is awesome. But she's also an extender on her own, her own right to bring her out onto the field to do different things. But I was kind of going back and forth. Do I want to run 3, White Rose Cloister or 3 Rose Princess? And I kind of was like, I'm just going to run 3 of both. But it's a great card. I definitely suggest running it as a 3 of, even though if you're running Rose Cloister as a 2 of, because this card has additional things it can do to be extenders for things. So staple 3 of in the deck, really awesome card to have in addition for a lot of different plant-based decks. In addition to that, we run 2 Ruddy Rose Witch, which, oh my gosh, I love this card's artwork. Like, I'm so happy this card came out. Like, it just the inner, player in me is just like, thank you, Konami. Thank you. But 3 Ruddy Rose Witch. This is going to go... Now, different people like this card. Some people like running it as a 1 of. Some people are 3 of. Some people are a 2 of. It depends what you're trying to do with the deck, to be honest with you. Do you want to focus more on just these type of plays or that type of play? Me, I like it as a 2 of. It's a great card. And in addition to that, we run the 1 Witch of the Black Rose, and 1 Rose Fee, as I call it, which is the German copy I have. But these pretty much work together for your different plays. Some people, if they're running 3 of this, they'll run sometimes double Witch of the Black Rose and maybe 1 or 2 Rose Fee, as I call it. It's not the correct name, but you can look this card up. In the deck, it just depends upon what you're trying to do with the deck, really. If you're running 3 of this and then you're running more of the others, then maybe you cut out Dark Rose Fairy and not focus as much on that, but that's up to you to decide. I'm so happy I have this ultimate rare one that I got ages ago because I just like the card's artwork. So now I get to run it in a deck finally. It's awesome. We run 2 Dark Rose Fairy. You don't need to run 3 of this anymore. Some people like running it as a 1 of, some people don't. I still like the black garden plays you can do in the deck. They're kind of cool and they're kind of fun to play around with, especially against certain decks. But yeah, 2 Dark Rose Fairy. This is going to help get out your Garden Maiden and other things of that nature. I still like it in the deck as a 2 of. You don't need to run it as a 3 of though. In addition, we run some other additional just plant support. I run 1 Rose Girl. Some people like running multiple Rose Go for different ways, but now that we have the Cloister card and we also have, like I was talking about earlier, your Rose Princess, I don't feel like you need this card as much, but I still like it in the deck as a 1 of. 1 World Carrot Weight Champion. It's just a good card to have in the deck because we're a plant-based deck. And 1 Spore, the obligatory Spore. Don't worry, you're probably always going to go off with Spore. I had one person say, you shouldn't run Spore, and I'm like, did that happen to you back in the day? Because I haven't had that happen to me in 6 years. So, or probably more than that. But yeah, I'm just saying that. But Spore, 1 Spore, this is just your basic generic plant support I like. We do run some hand traps. I run 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs. You can run other cards in the deck that you want to, or other hand traps. You could run your Infinite Impermanences, your Ash Blossoms, your Ogres, your Lightning Storms, your Tactic Talents, whatever you want to run, you can run in this deck. The thing is, though, I find with this deck when you're playing it in a tournament is it's a little bit hard to side things in or out because it's going to mess up the way your deck performs to some degree. But saying that, I do find that there are certain cards that you can cut out of your deck and not be affected by it. These being those, because you can easily, these are 3, I always like having at least 6 to 7 cards I can easily side in and out, and I don't have an extra deck for you guys. But saying that, this is one of those cards that it's just up to what you're trying to do with the deck. This deck, I do like going second to some degree, so Ash Blossom is a great going second card because I can negate something, I can slow you down, and then I can go off, and maybe if you build a board, I can Black Rose you, do things of that nature. So that's up to you guys to decide how you want to proceed forward with the deck. Next, I run 2 Frozen Rose. Some people like Frozen Rose as a 1 of in the deck, and I understand why, but because of its ability to be a quick play spell is why I like this card as a 2 of. Because if something is going to get destroyed, if something gets negated and I just got it sitting there on the field, at least I can do something with it. You know, and not just leave it sitting there and take a bunch of damage. To some degree, I can at least, you know, set up for a different play later on. Because of the ability to be a quick play spell is why I run it as a 2 of. If it was not a quick play spell, I would not run this card as more than 1 of. I don't think 3 of is appropriate nowadays as much as it was before, but 2 of, I do like it. I like it. It's up to player preference. Some people like it as a 1 of. They don't think it's a great card. I see versatile usage with this card a lot, and it's saved my hiney when something gets negated. And I can just go, okay, Frozen Rose, let me get something else set up for later. There you go. So up to player preference and how you look at a card and its value. So I like it because I can use it on my opponent's turn as a quick play spell. White Rose Cloister, I like as a 3 of in the deck. This is one that I'm debating if I want to run as a 2 of or a 3 of. I'm very much going back and forth with it. So you may see in a future deck profile where I run this as a 2 of instead of a 3 of, just letting you know. But in addition to that, I won 1 Black Rose Garden. This is still a nice play and a nice card to have in the deck for doing different things, which is really awesome. So I like this card because this is great if you're trying to go off combo heavy. This is really good if you're trying to do some different things and just some fun plays and mess with your opponent because maybe said deck is going to have problems with Black Rose Garden. It's really funny. So it just depends how you want to play this deck. Maybe 2 of, maybe instead of 3 of, but alas, more playtesting needs to be done. But I haven't come to a final decision. Next, I run 3 Basil Roche Shot. This card needs a hollow print like bad because this card is so versatile in the deck as a quick play spell. So because of that reason, I'm hoping this gets a super rare treatment one day because it deserves it. Great card, awesome card, love the artwork, but the ability to bring and get things out into the field and do different combo plays, etc. Staple 3 of in the deck. Also, we run some just obligatory spells. We run 1 Call by the Grave. You don't want to get hand trapped. However, you can side this out if you go in first or second. 1 Foolish Burial. We're a plant-based deck. We like having things in grave. 1 Instant Fusion. There are some cute little plays you can do with Instant Fusion. It can easily be searched out by Verte Anaconda, so why not? You got some of the extra deck space, so why not as well? 1 Upstart Goblin. I don't care about giving you life points. I just want to draw to my cards. I have the space. This is somewhat of a combo-oriented deck, so I want to be able to dig a little bit deeper into my deck and make it a 39-card deck. And then lastly, we run 1 Monster Reborn. We're a combo-based deck again. We want to bring things back from our grave. We want to go off with them, use them for links, use them for synchros, etc. So we're going to run Monster Reborn. So, yeah, that's pretty basic there, I think, for those generic spells. Next, we run our Akiza Field Center that a good buddy of mine gave to me ages ago, so thank you to him. If you guys are wondering on the back, that's what I run as the card sleeve, but Akiza Field Center. I also run the Dual Dragon token. I just run 1 token in this deck. You can run different ones for the Garden Rose, but I just like this card because it has all the different Signer Dragons from the manga. But on to your extra deck, actually. We run 1 Halkia Fabrax. You got to run it in the deck, guys. It's hands down important. In addition to that, we run 1 Plant Verte Anaconda. Some people like running, and this is something I should mention, like running the different Predaplant cards, you know, your Scorpio and everything, because then you can go for maybe Dragoons, or you can go for this or that and search Instant Fusion. And maybe you can even search the new Instant Fusion card that we just got, that just came out. From play testing, though, those Predaplant cards get negated every single time. So I didn't decide to run them. I was like, I need to run something else. So I decided to run just the Predaplant Verte Anaconda because you can easily go into this and search out the Instant Fusion. It's basic. So that's why I run that card. We also run 1 Crossroads Dragon, a nice generic one I have to run in the deck. 1 Heraldic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. You do run dragons in this deck. Do not forget that. So Heavenly Spheres does play a part. So that's all for our link plays in the deck, but we do run a bunch of synchros. So we run 1 Garden Rose Flora and 1 Garden Rose Maiden. These are basic cards you can run in the deck that are pretty useful. I also won 1 Queen of Thorns, aka Poison Ivy, but aka Game of Thrones reference. Just letting you guys know that. Queen of Thorns. But yes, my Game of Thrones reference. But yes, guys. Queen of Thorns is pretty good. It just depends upon the situation, but it's super easy to go for, and it really makes your opponent have to play around this card. I see some people don't run it, and I see some people don't. It's up to you, but I find that this card does have a usage in this deck, and against certain decks, can put a lot of pressure on the board. So I do like it, and it's something your opponent's going to have to answer. 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. I like this card in the deck. You run a bunch of links. You can go into Borreload Savage. It's pretty nice. 1 F.A. Darn Dragster. This is pretty much the 15th card of the deck, and I mean that really because I couldn't figure out what 15th card I wanted to run, and I was playtesting a bunch of different things, and I was like, okay, maybe I run more synchros, maybe I run more links, maybe I run something else. And then it dawned on me, F.A. Dawn Dragster, because I was having issues with my turn 1 plays if I was forced to go turn 1, and F.A. Dawn Dragster could be a way to just, okay, I set this up, maybe I do something else, and then pass. And then I go off on my next turn. It just depends, but it's just a little thing to have just in case. In certain matchups, it's really nice. So you could run it, you don't have to, but I like it. 2 Black Rose Dragon. I have my ultimate rare. I don't have a ghost rare because I never liked the ghost rare Black Rose Dragon, but I do love the ultimate rare I have had since it came out ages ago. I also run one of the old tin promo ones too, but 2 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. staple 1 of in the deck, and then 1 Ruddy Rose Dragon as a 1 of as well. In addition to that, we do run some other cards. So we do run 1 Satellite Warrior and 1 Sea Monster of Theseus. This is for your instant fusion target, Sea Monster of Theseus. And then Satellite Warrior you can easily go for if you need to. Some people run different variations of the dragons. They'll run 1 or 3 or 2. I like 2 of it. I never found 3 to be important. But sometimes I just want to blow up the field, so I just want to use a random Black Rose Dragon. And then the other one maybe I'll use for its effect, actually, because this is a plant-based deck. So it does actually happen from time to time. Just letting you guys know that. But that's where I like this ratio of the Black Rose cards. But hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Hope you guys, if you're a fan of Akiza, remember to like this video. I hope you guys all enjoy this video. I put a lot of effort into playtesting this deck for about 2 months plus. In person and in real life, because I wanted to have a good deck profile for you guys, and I wanted to make sure I had everything ready. So I wanted to make sure I had the field center ready, my play mat. I had to get my play mat back from my buddy because I was like, dude, where's my play mat? I need my play mat. And he finally gave it back to me. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is one of my, Akiza is one of my favorite characters in the show. And like I said, it's not just because of her looks. It's because of her overcoming spirit of overcoming, where she came from, what she went through to be successful, which is really something I admire in anybody. So hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And until next time, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. Go Akiza. And I'll see you guys next time. Good luck dueling to all of you guys. Take care.